Hello guys, first video I am filming and will be uploading of 2015, and for this video I decided why not do a bookshelf tour, considering I spent majority of my New Year's Eve rearranging my bookshelf because I have no friends. Yeah, I need to get some friends. I also decided to put up some lights because, funny story, my dad was actually about to throw them all, actually not throw them away, he's about to take them all to Goodwill, and I was like, wait a second, I can use those, so I lined my bookshelves with them and they're really pretty now, and I love it. And yeah, so each of these bookcases has 5 shelves, so in total I have 10 shelves, but I actually only use 7 of them right now. Oh, technically 8. Let's go ahead and get this over with. Alright, so this very top shelf we have here is my favorites shelf. And starting us off, we have my lovely Percy Jackson series, consisting of The Lightning Thief, Sea of Monsters, Titan's Curse, Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian, which I lost the dust jacket for when I was reading it. I don't know what happened. Then I had this little dog thing that I got for Halloween a couple years ago. Also, we have The Lost Hero and The Son of Neptune, all part of the Percy Jackson series, all written by Rick Riordan, one of my personal favorite series in the entire world. If you have not read it, definitely read it. I don't care if it's middle grade, it's amazing. Then we have The Goddess Test by Amy Carter. And this shelf was supposed to be like for antiques or something too, so that's why there's like windows. Alright, moving on. We have my Hunger Games trilogy, which is actually put in backwards because I didn't think about it. We have Mockingjay, Catching Fire, and The Hunger Games. And up on top I have this little sushi thing that I bought at Akon a couple years ago. Moving over, I have my Maximum Ride series, consisting of Maximum Ride and the Angel Experiment, School's Out Forever, Saving the World and Other Extreme Sports, The Final Warning, Max, and Fang. Because I bought this right when Fang came out, so it's in hardback, and it doesn't match the rest of my freaking series, which really makes me mad. All by James Patterson, all such an amazing books. Moving below that, I have my beautiful hardback edition of the Divergent trilogy. I am in love with it. I went out of my way to get them all in hardback because I just want my books to match. And so we have Divergent, Insurgent, and Allegiant, all by Veronica Roth. Definitely one of my favorite series. And then we move on to my not necessarily standalones, but series that I actually haven't finished, and then standalones. And this has The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, movie cover edition, because they're just too cute not to get the movie cover edition. The Perks of Being a Wildflower by Stephen Chbosky, another movie cover edition because I really like it. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, had to read it for school, absolutely loved it, favorite classic ever. The Empire Academy by Rochelle Mead, don't judge me, but Twilight by Stephanie Meyer, By Rose by Kathy Reaches, Lost Voices by Sarah Porter. Moving down to the second shelf, we have my other books that I've read. So starting the shelf off, we have The Maze Runner by James Dashner, movie cover, which I somehow dented while I was reading and scratched, and it really made me mad. The Scorched Trials, The Death Cure. Then I have this little cave thing that I got. It's blue, it's got bedazzles on it, so using it as a bookend. And we have Scent and Sabotage. These are the second and third book in the Missing series by Margaret Peterson Haddix. Then we have The Magnolia League by Katie Crouch, followed by its sequel and the final book in the series as far as I know, The White Glove War, both this one by Katie Crouch and Grady Hendrix. Marked by PC and Kristen Cast. In the Arms of Stone Angels by Jordan Dane. Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Kahn and David Levithan. The Giver by Lois Lowry. And then on top of the stack of books, I have this piece of dead coral that I found in Honduras when we were four-wheeling on our week-long cruise. It's really cool, and I had to sneak it back onto the ship. I have Volume 1 of Sailor Moon, because I loved the show when I was younger. Then we have the first 3 books in the Kissed by an Angel series by Elizabeth Chandler, which consist of Kissed by an Angel, The Power of Love, and Soulmates, followed by Arcadia by Mandana Tohindi, which actually the author sent me, and I really enjoyed it, and she also signed it for me, so that's a plus. Then at the bottom I have The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, and that's it for the books on the shelf. But over here I have my TBR jar, which is how I pick what I'm going to read next. Unless it's a series, then I continue with the series till I'm done. These are tag videos I've already done. This is just a little magazine type thing I got from a website ordered clothes off of. Alright, we are down to the third shelf now. And this is where I am getting to my unread books, as well as I have this entire rest of my books color-coded, kind of. There are some books up here though that I have read, but like I repurchased them, so I just decided to put them in my unread pile. But yeah, so first off is Tricks by Ellen Hopkins. I got this little pink duck thing. Then we have A Feast of Crows by George R.R. Martin. A Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. Half Bad by Sally Green, and Forbidden by Tabitha Sussman. Up at this very, very top section, we have RX by Tracy Lynn, and TTYL by Lauren Miracle. Invincible by Sherilyn Kenyon. A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. Paper Towns by John Green. The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. The Pretenders by Lisa Harrison. The Lake House by James Patterson. City of Bones by Miss Cassandra Clare. And down here that all of these books that I just showed you were sitting on is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. At the very end of my shelf we have Chasing Brooklyn by Lisa Schroeder. The Princess Bride by William Gold. Storm of Swords and A Clash of Kings, both by George R.R. Martin. City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare and City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. TTFN by Lauren Miracle. Guilt by Catherine Longshore. The Sweet Far Thing by Libba Bray. Oh my gosh, this thing is humongous. Alright, we're down to shelf 4. Starting off, we have Goddess Interrupted by Amy Carter. Of Poseidon by Anna Banks. Between the Sea and the Sky by Jocelyn Dalmore. The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. This Is Not a Test by Courtney Sumbers. Bunheads by Sophia Flack. Forgive My Fins by Tara Lynn Childs. Wake by Amanda Hawking. And Let It Snow, a 3-holiday romance short story collection by John Green, Lauren Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. Sitting underneath these books is Fins Are Forever by Tara Lynn Childs. Waking Storms by Sarah Porter, and Ascend by Amanda Hawking. And I have this little owl thingy that's like lip gloss, but it's not like what I thought it was. Starting up at the top, I have A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. Later Gator by Lauren Miracle. Also up at the top, there is When the Wind Blows by James Patterson. The Diviners by Libba Bray. I hate this cover. Infinity by Sherilyn Kenyon. Starling by Leslie Livingston. Anti-Goddess by Kendare Blake. Caught by Margaret Peterson Haddix. City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare. City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. Gone by Michael Grant. Shadow Me by Tahara Mafi. Rebel Angels by Libba Bray. Frostbite by Michelle Mead. Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Almir Senyez. For a Divergent Collection by Veronica Roth. This little heart clip thing I wore for a dance. Underneath those books I just showed you is Doctor Who 50th Anniversary Collection, 11 Doctors, 11 Stories. Then finishing this off over here, we have Found by Margaret Peterson Haddix and Torn by Margaret Peterson Haddix. And finally, we were down at the bottom shelf of the first bookcase. Alright, so starting us off, Angel by James Patterson, and the first volume of Wicked, which is Curse and Witch, by Nancy Holder and Debbie Vega. Angels Inc. by Jocelyn Drake. A Beautiful Darkness by Jocelyn Davies. And An Unearthly by Cynthia Hand. This cover has taken a beating. Then we have Pantomime by Lauren Lamb. Just for Now by Abby Giles. Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sefitz. Burned by Ellen Hopkins. An Abundance of Catherines by John Green. Revolution, Take Me There. Just for Fins by Tara Lynn Childs. Top, we have A Dance with Dragons by George R.R. Martin. And Volume 2 in the Sailor Moon manga series. Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. Shadow and Bone by Lee Bardugo. Strange Angels by Lily St. Croix. Eclipse by Stephanie Meyer. Book 1 in the Flapper series, which is Vixen. Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Wrecked by Sarah Davies. Dark Companion by Marta Acosta. I did not realize that I had bought a signed copy, but I did, so now I have one. Alice in Zombieland by Jenna Showalter. Eyes Like Stars by Menchie. The Buckhouse Affair, Book 1 by Marcella Mueller and Bill Poronzini. I have this little Chili's thing I stole from Chili's because that's what we do in our free time in my small town. Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion. The Summoning by Kelly Armstrong. Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea by April Genevieve Tuchkin. And the final book on this entire bookcase and this shelf is Evercrossed, which is a book in the Kiss by an Angel series by Elizabeth Chandler. Now we are on to bookshelf number 2. Betrayed by PC and Kristen Cast. Guardian of the Gate by Michelle Zink. Bitten, Dangerous Girls, and the Taste of Night by R.L. Stine. Roses and Bones, Myths, Tales, and Secrets by Francesca Lee Bach. Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Unwind by Neil Shusterman. Perfect Chemistry by Simone Eccles. Sweet Evil by Wendy Higgins. This shoe keychain thing I got in San Francisco a couple years ago. Underneath that we have the first 2 books bind up for the Doliger family series by V.C. Andrews, which consists of Flowers in the Attic and Petals on the Wind. Underneath that is volume 4 of the Morganville Vampire series by Rachel Kane. Under that is volume 2 of the Morganville Vampires by Rachel Kane. On top is Nevermore by James Patterson. I can't pull that out, it's too far lodged in there. The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. The complete series of The Ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. All 5 novels in one story. Shout out a Doctor Who novel, The Lost Adventure by Douglas Adams. Breaking Dawn by Stephanie Meyer. The bind-up of the first 3 novels in the Vampire Kisses series by Ellen Schreiber, which is Vampire Kisses, Kissing Coffins, and Vampireville. Then we have Wither, The Mark of Athena by Rick Riordan. Need, Code by Kathy Reaches and Brenda Reaches. Zombies vs. Unicorns. And then City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. Troy High by Shannon Norris. Afterworlds by Scott Westerfield. And the last book, Texas Gothic by Rosemary Clement Moore. Alright, we are now down to the bottom and my last official shelf. Privilege by Katie Bryan. Vampire Beach 1, which consists of the first 2 novels, which is Bloodlust and Initiation by Alex Duvel. Falling Under by Gwen Hayes. Friday Never Leaving by Victoria Wakefield. Blue Bloods by Melissa De La Cruz. My family's extremely ancient Polaroid camera that we no longer have film for, so now it is a bookshelf decoration. Annex by Sharon Dogger. Love Letters to the Dead. Sea of Shadows by Kelly Armstrong. And then the Shadow Hunters Codex by Cassandra Clare. Tiger Lily by Jodi Lynn Anderson. Life, A Modern Fairy Tale by Holly Black. Beautiful Dead by Yvonne Woon. 7 Deadly Sins, the first bind-up of the 2 novels by Robin Swasserman, which consist of Lust and Envy. A Dance of Shadows by Yelene Black. Once by Cam Andaki. This is actually a bind-up of 3 of her retelling stories, which is Before Midnight, Golden, and Wild Orchid. Ashes by Isla J. Bick. Delirium by Lauren Oliver. Seizure by Kathy and Brenda Reaches. And the first volume of Vampire Diaries by L.J. Smith, which consists of the first 2 novels, which are The Awakening and The Struggle. The Lux by Anna Galbertson. Rumors, Splendor, and Envy, all 4 books of the Lux series by Anna Galbertson. And then finally, I have The Foretelling by Alice Hoffman. This is just fucking creepy. Moving down some more, my third shelf for this bookcase really has nothing. There's this giant K, because my name starts with a K. It's got a giraffe on it, because I like giraffes. This fossilized clock thingy that I got from Disney World when I was itty bitty. Christmas presents I still have not given people. My change jar that I got from work that keeps all my tips. It is extremely heavy. And then shelf 4 is completely empty. And then finally we are on the very last shelf of my bookshelf. This is the one that I said technically I don't use, but I do. Anyways, down here is, I mainly use this shelf for either books I have a double copy of or books I don't like. So, starting off the shelf, I don't think I've talked about my dislike for this book enough on this channel, but is New Moon by Stephanie Meyer, The Crucible by Arthur Miller, In Cold Blood by Truman Capote, and The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Okay, then right here, these are books I have double copies of. The Maze Runner, Divergent, The Fault in Our Stars. These are just empty Just Jackets because I have lent them out to people and I have yet to return them. These are just books I really had no place for. That's why they're on this shelf. And that is my fully annotated giant ass book of the Grimm's Fairy Tales. And then I have, which look how pretty it is. It's all gold and whatnot. It's gigantic. The Brilliant Book of Doctor Who, the 2011 edition. I have this little journal thing my friend got me. And finally, at the very end of the shelf, I have my... Alright, well that is it for my bookshelf tour. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a pain in the butt to edit. Why did I do this? I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it. Sorry about the lighting getting really bad towards the bottom shelves. I didn't realize when you get towards the ground and you move the camera up close to the books, the light goes away. So I am so glad that all of you are here to join me for 2015, and I hope you continue to stick with me through this. And yeah, I'm so bad at stuff like this. I will see you guys next time with the top 5 Wednesday tag video or book talk. Until then, I'm Chrissy. Goodbye!